If your dog keeps staring at you every time you eat, pause for a second. It is not always begging. And if you react by saying, "Hey, go away," or "No," but then you laugh, talk to your dog, or reach down to pet its head, you may be teaching it a new habit. The longer I stare, the more attention I get. It sounds small, but this can become the seed of bigger problems. Whining, pawing at your leg, jumping onto chairs, or guarding the dinner table like a little soldier. By the end of this video, you will understand what that stare is really trying to tell you, and you will learn one simple rule to make mealtime peaceful for the whole family. No drama, no tension. Most owners make a conclusion in half a second. My dog wants food. That is an easy conclusion. But easy is often wrong. When your dog stares at you while you eat, that stare can have at least 3 layers. The first layer is that your dog is reading the situation like you quickly checking your phone to see if there is a message. The second layer is the desire to belong to the group. For dogs, eating is not just about calories, it is also a social moment. The third layer is the one that annoys many owners. Your dog has learned that staring at you is a way to control your behavior. And trust me, dogs learn this faster than you think because you have accidentally rewarded it too many times. Meaning number 1, your dog is scanning for information and looking for safety. Your dog is not just looking at the bread. It is watching your eyes, your shoulders, and your breathing. If you are tense, your dog becomes tense. If you are rushing, your dog becomes alert. To your dog, you are like the weather center of the house. Many dogs stare at their owners during meals simply to predict what might happen next. Are we going for a walk later? Is someone coming over? Is there a strange sound? This is a leftover survival instinct. Once you understand this layer, you will feel less annoyed and start thinking, okay, my dog is checking the environment. If you have ever seen your dog stare at you, then sigh, lie down, or move to another spot when the house gets noisy. Comment number 1, so I know you are not alone. Meaning number 2, your dog wants social connection, not just food. In the wild, the pack eats together. The weaker ones often watch the stronger ones to learn. When is it safe to eat? When should they stop? Where could danger come from? Your dog has lived alongside humans for thousands of years. It uses your face like a notice board. When you sit down to eat, it becomes a steady ritual. Your dog comes closer, looks at you, and sometimes it only wants to be acknowledged. I am here. I belong to this family. But if you always chase it away like a beggar, you are sending a very cold message. You are annoying. Then later, you wonder why your dog becomes less clingy, less affectionate, and less interested in making eye contact with you. The truth is, many dogs do not need a bite of your food. They need the feeling of being near you without being treated like a problem. Meaning number 3, this is a behavior reinforcement trap, and you are the one pulling the lever. Your dog does not need to understand morality. It only needs to understand one thing: which behavior creates a result. Think about it. You are eating, your dog stares. You say, "Come on, stop it," and it keeps staring. You turn and say, "Hey, be quiet," and it still stares. Then you laugh, tease it, or say, "You're so cute." And just like that, your dog wins. Once or twice is not a big deal, but when this repeats day after day, that stare becomes a button your dog uses to control you. Over time, it will not just stare. It may start whining, moving closer, or putting a paw on your lap because it has a history of winning. If you want to stop this, you have to stop giving random rewards. Now comes the important part. How do you handle this without damaging the bond, but still stop the annoying behavior? Rule number 1, set the rule before the meal, not in the middle of the battle. Either your dog gets food in its own bowl after you finish eating, at the same time every day, or your dog never gets food from the table. Do not stay in the middle. Being inconsistent turns you into a slot machine and turns your dog into a gambler. Rule number 2, give your dog a go-to-your-place job. Before you sit down to eat, guide your dog to its mat or bed, reward it once, and then stop. No extra drama. Rule number 3, reward the behavior you actually want. Quiet, lying down, steady breathing. If your dog stays calm for 10 seconds, drop a tiny treat on the mat. But if it stares, whines, or paws at you, do not make eye contact, do not talk, and do not pet it. To a dog, your attention can be just as powerful as food. At this point, if you are still saying, "It's hard because I love my dog," then sorry, that is not love. That is careless spoiling. Your dog does not need emotional ups and downs from you. Your dog needs clarity. Think about it. One day, you give it a bite. One day, you yell. One day, you laugh. One day, you pet it. To you, that is just depending on my mood. But to your dog, it sends one clear message. Keep staring, keep pushing. Eventually, I will win. So your dog watches you more, clings harder, and tests you more. You want your dog to stop staring so much? Then stop acting like a slot machine. A rule has to be a rule. Go to your place means go to your place. No eye contact means no eye contact. If you are willing to do this correctly for 3 meals in a row, comment number 1. Then come back and tell me, how much did it improve? And listen carefully. After you stay firm for 3 meals, many dogs will actually push harder. That does not mean your dog is getting worse. It is testing you. It is thinking, wait, I stared today and got nothing? What if I stare longer? Then it may whine, walk around, or even lie right next to your feet to create pressure. This is where soft owners break. They say, poor thing, and toss one bite. And just like that, you sign the contract. From now on, if you want food, just be more stubborn. But there are also a few cases where you need to be smarter. It is not always about simply holding your ground. If your dog has experienced hunger or had food taken away before, it may stare not because it is greedy, but because it is afraid of losing food. If there are kids in the house secretly feeding it, you are training one rule while your child is training another, and that ruins everything. If your dog is overly attached to you, that stare may be anxiety, not begging. So next, I will give you 3 gentle adjustments for each case, while still keeping the core rule. Do not turn yourself into a slot machine. Okay, now let's get into the 3 difficult cases I promised, so you do not do it wrong and then blame your dog for being stubborn. Case 1. Your dog has experienced hunger or food competition before. Your dog is not staring because it is greedy. It is staring because it is afraid of losing food. For dogs like this, do not yell and do not scare them. Do this instead. Feed your dog 2 minutes before your own meal, using its own bowl in its own quiet corner. Keep the portion small. The goal is not to fill its stomach. The goal is to lower the alarm in its brain. After that, still ask it to go to its place as usual. Case 2. There are kids in the house who secretly feed the dog. You train one rule. Your child breaks it with another rule. At that point, the whole system falls apart. Everyone in the house must agree. No one gives food from the table. Want to reward the dog? Reward it on the go to your place mat. No exceptions. One exception is a slap in the face to all your effort. Case 3. Your dog clings to you because of anxiety. It may look like your dog is begging, but what it is really doing is attaching itself to you to self-soothe. The solution is to give it an independent job. A chew toy, a lick mat, or a foodstuff toy. Place it in a separate area before mealtime. Your dog stays busy. It learns to handle itself, and its brain starts to calm down. Now you get it. The problem is not the stare. The problem is your reaction. If you want your dog to stop staring at you, you have to stop being a slot machine. Clear rule, clear behavior, reward in the right place. And remember this, during the first 2 or 3 meals, your dog may test you even harder. This is where many owners break. And if you break, you have just taught your dog a very dangerous lesson. If I push a little longer, I win. Then from now on, it will keep pushing. Do it correctly for 3 meals in a row, and you will start seeing your dog shift from pressure to calm. Want me to make video number 2? When your dog looks at you, then turns away, is it avoiding you or respecting you? Just say one word.